Yes, Lord. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, good people. It's your man Tresvon Pratt with aim, always improving the mind. And we are here on another beautiful day, another week. We are in the second week of January 2024. It is a blessing to be here. I'm so grateful, right? And what I want to do today is just I need to talk to myself real quick. Can I talk to myself real quick? Can I talk to myself real quick? I have been one who has procrastinated. What does that mean? That means that you continuously put off something. You continuously hesitate. You continuously choose not to do. Have you ever procrastinated on something? Have you ever procrastinated on something? Put it in the comments. Let me know, what have you procrastinated on? Because I want to know, what is something that you procrastinated on? It could be big or small, doesn't matter. You know, is it something important to you? Is it something important to you? I'm over here up early, early in the morning. Somebody outside sound like they arguing. Excuse me for the distraction. What is something you procrastinated on? Right? Procrastination can come in many, many forms. Procrastination can come in many, many forms. What really happens is, uh, let's dissect procrastination, because what a lot of times what happens is, what happens is the procrastination comes from, as he procrastinated on speaking. The procrastination comes from a plethora of things, a variety of things. The main thing that it causes procrastination is overthinking. You thought about doing this one thing entirely too much, entirely too long. You've continuously thought about this one thing instead of just doing this one thing, right? That's like the main, if you ask me, that's the main thing that causes procrastination, that hesitation, is you thinking too much and you're taking too much time to think on it. You know what I learned? If you have to take time to think on it, you're not thinking about why you should. You're thinking about why you shouldn't. When people take the time to think on something, to ponder on something, to weigh the pros and cons, they're really just trying to see how bad, what's the negative outcome, what's likely to be the negative outcome, what if I don't get the result, what's the risk? You're thinking about all of why not, right? And if you stay there in that sense of why not, then you usually, as I explained, the mind is the master of repetition. You usually start to believe that it shouldn't be or it can't be because you've sat and thought about why not for so long, right? And that causes procrastination. You're going down that rabbit hole. It's a downward spiral. It's never ending. You can always think of another reason why you shouldn't. You can always think of another reason why you shouldn't. And then what happens is you start creating the excuses as to why you haven't, and therefore prolonging the procrastination. So procrastination is one of those sneaky obstacles to ourselves because we don't even, a lot of times we don't even realize we're procrastinating. You know, another way, a way that I procrastinate, and a lot of overachievers, whatever that is, and high achievers and go-getters usually wind up falling in the realm of how we procrastinate, and I'm sure this will resonate with you. We procrastinate by being busy. What? That's my main form of procrastination. I got all this other stuff to do instead of doing the thing that I want or need to do. Instead of doing what would instead of being productive. Productivity leads to progress, but we rather sit and be busy. I told y'all on my previous last week that I got the PS5 for Christmas. I love gaming. Wifey hooked me up with the PS5. I just plugged it up yesterday. And before I could plug it up yesterday, before I could sit down and actually play the game, because I had the whole day. I had finally had a day off, right? Uh, I had the whole day to play the game. What did I do? I had to clean up, I had to tend to other things. I did all this other stuff. It wasn't until I got a deal, right? Because I had one game. But yesterday I was like, you know what? Procrastinating, excuses. If I had more games, I'd play. Okay. So I looked and I got a game that I wanted. It was a $70 video game, and I got it for $13. I'm a beast like that when it comes to bar. But I got it for $13, and the store was about to close. I ordered it online for pickup. Store was about to close. Got the notification that it was ready. I went and picked it up, and all of that action was momentum. And I was like, man, I went through all of this excitement of purchasing a video game. I told myself that if I had more games, then I'd play the joke. And I got time. What's stopping me? Why not? Why shouldn't you play the game? Why do you have to look for other things to do to entertain your time so that you can complain about it later? Man, I ain't even had time to play the game. That's an excuse. You had the whole day. Man, I ain't even hooked that joint up. Why not? I don't know if I need this or need that. I don't know if I got enough plugs. Excuses start to come in. I don't even know. It gets to the point where, and I talk about me here, I don't even know if I'll be good at the game. I might lose. Now you don't want to play. You scared you might lose. It's a fear. It's not a large fear, but it is holding you back. And that's usually the process of thought when it comes to procrastination. You can have the opportunity, you can have the item, you can have all of the skills you can possess, everything right in front of you to obtain the very stuff that you want. But the limited mentality, the scarcity mindset is going to tell you that, hey, not right now. It's too good to be true. Mm, you want to do for you, you're needed elsewhere. You got to do other things. Let's think about it. Let's think about it, right? And there you go. Once you start thinking, it leads to overthinking, huh? Which is taking time because time has not stopped the entire time you've been thinking. And then with enough time sat on this one thing, there's no momentum, there's no action. Now you done killed the willingness to do the thing that you want. Tell me right from wrong. Tell me right from wrong. Usually, when you think of something that you want or want to do, that initial thought, you get excited, you can clearly see it, you believe it, right? But then let's take some time to think about it. Let's weigh the pros and cons. Let's look at reality, that pessimistic point of view of realism. Let's look at the reality. If you have a flash thought of what it would be like to drive a Lamborghini, you can feel the breeze because you got the top down. You somewhere sunny. I don't never think of if somebody has thought about a sports car. I don't never think that they're thinking about driving in the rain unless that's their thing. But no, they want to be somewhere sunny, well, a whole lot of space where they're driving fast with no worries, wind in the hair. You usually can feel that. You get excited. You see that vision. You see that picture. You like, oh, I need that. I want that. I love that. Let's think about it. I can't afford no Lamborghini. Oh, limited. I don't even know where to buy one. I don't even think I know how to drive one. Meanwhile, you ain't looked at a price. You ain't looked at a shop. You ain't looked at nothing. But you think yourself out of the very thing that you thought of that you wanted. You wouldn't have had that thought if you didn't want it. If you didn't, you wouldn't have had that thought if you didn't think that you were capable of or should have. So the procrastination comes from the overthinking. And when you think too much on something, you're usually thinking, why not? You're thinking of. We look at people like they're lazy. Inactivity. Inactivity comes from procrastination. That's a form of procrastination. I've been that person who's on the couch thinking about life, thinking about how it would be, right? And have this constant tug of war where it's like, that would be beautiful. That would be completely awesome, right? And then it's like, well, looking at my surroundings, that's not a reality. No, it's just not the reality right now. But those limited thoughts hold you back from thinking of how to make it the reality. It's not that you can't. There aren't any impossibilities. So this limited thought process that happens pretty quickly is what's causing the procrastination, hesitation, the inactivity. It's causing the limited beliefs. It's causing all of that stuff. So how do you overcome procrastination? How do you kill procrastination? How do you avoid procrastination? I don't want to procrastinate. Okay. And it's crazy how simple it is. Most things are quite simple, we just overcomplicate them, with our own logic, with our own emotion, with our own experiences that lead to our own beliefs. Most things are pretty simple. Let's be honest, like making more money is pretty simple. What you need to do? Sell something, get a better job, you know, work harder, put in more hours, go to work early, get a raise, a salary increase, a new position, right? Start a business, start a side hustle. I mean, it's pretty simple. It's pretty simple. You got a list of things right there that you could do. You want more money? Boom. And then it goes into the thought realm of, well, how do I do that? And everything that you could think of, you probably have limited thought what it is that you actually capable of. When if you focus on always improving the mind, if you focus on learnability, you understand that you can learn anything. There's a skill that you could develop. You could learn that, harness that skill, and then put it out there, right? You got different technology and stuff that can help you. You can create this right here, man. This mindset is what's gonna make your life what it is that you dream of. But you can't procrastinate if you want to create the life that you want. So how do you kill procrastination? You kill procrastination with action. You kill procrastination with action. Do the thing. What is the repeated thought that you keep having? What is something that you keep telling yourself would be nice? Wouldn't it be nice? Oh, I would love XYZ. I would love to do. I wish I had. What do you want? Solidify what you want, right? Solidify what you want and act towards it. Solidify what you want and act towards it. And action gets results. Because I love mindset. I love thinking good, but you can't think your way into a better position. Thinking is part of the process. Now you have to act on it. You got to think, you got to have the thought, have the belief, and act on it. That's the cheat code. Have the thought, have the belief, put some action behind it. You kill procrastination with action. Now, I told you how I could procrastinate is through busy work. So once you start taking action, you get to that, you get used to taking action. Now you have to prioritize what actions you're going to take towards what? What are you actively working towards? Actively working towards. What are the conditions you setting for yourself? What is the environment you are creating for your success? Huh? Because you can't be in an environment of misery and complaining and toxicity when you're trying to focus on prosperity and progress and positivity. right? So what's the environment you're creating for your success? That's another thing that we're gonna discuss. What's the environment that you set? Even if you have limited belief, when you act on something, the more you do, the more you'll believe. If you take a step towards something and you accomplish this step, you'll have more confidence. You'll have more belief in yourself that you can take the next step, and then you'll just keep stepping. The cure to procrastination is in the action, right? And be intentional about your actions, whether big or small. We're gonna talk about setting goals. I might talk about that tomorrow. Uh, but this is gonna be synonymous. This is harmonious with setting goals because you have to know what you want, and then you have to work towards it, right? When it's that clear, huh? Then you won't be confused as to like if I say I want to play the game, if I say I want to play the game, or let's say I want to play the PlayStation, but I play the game on my phone, to me, I didn't play the game because I didn't play the PlayStation. But a lot of times, a lot of times, I wind up just playing a game on my phone. That's procrastination. I'm not actually doing what I want to do. I'm still doing something, still filling my time playing the game, but I ain't playing the game that I want. I want to play the PlayStation. Hmm? It's amazing, man. It's amazing. So another thing that causes procrastination, remember, it always goes into the realm of excuse. After you've thought enough on something, you start to make excuses as to why not, right? And the main excuse is what? I don't have time. Get the AIM 24-hour calendar for just $1. Invest in yourself this year. Get the AIM 24-hour calendar for just $1. Like I said, this goes right in the line of um, goal setting, setting goals. It's because now you'll see your time. You have time to play the game, Trey. You have time to start a side hustle or a business, which the side hustle usually turns into the business once it's productive enough. Um, but you have time, Bill. You have time to read. You have time to do what you want. You have time to take the action towards what it is that you see for yourself. Get the AIM 24-hour calendar to clearly see what that time is. But you have time. Time is not an excuse, but it will not stop for you. So the more time that you take to think about what you want, the more pressure, the more weight the procrastination will carry. The more procrastination will happen, the longer it takes for you to act on something usually builds up that resiliency of actually acting. That's why you kill procrastination with action. Not only action, but what? Immediate action. Soon as you have the thought, do something about it. Do something about it. I thought about playing the game even though I had the game in front of me, right? I thought about playing the game, but I was like, I don't have enough energy because I done cleaned up, I done did all this other stuff. Imma go lay down, let me try to take a nap. There's another thing about me is I'm not a good napper, and if the sun is up, I'm up. Obviously, like, I'm a morning person and a night owl. Like, I don't sleep much. So, I'm not good at, like, going to sleep midday. Like, it's not a thing that I excel in. I have to be exhausted. I have to be exhausted. And even then, I still could procrastinate and looking on my phone and stuff, looking at a show or something. So I decided, hey, I'm gonna go take a nap so I can make sure I have enough energy to play this game because I assume the game is gonna be very entertaining. It's gonna take some energy, right? I go get in the bed, I get on my phone, and that's when I tell myself, if I had more games, maybe I'll go ahead and play it. Sure enough, PlayStation pops up like, boop, we're having a holiday sale. It was like, oh, there's some games that I already wanted is on this list. Now I'm interested. Energy going up. Then one of the games that I put in my cart, I said, let me look elsewhere to see if I could get a different price. Bargain shopping, right? And I find this game, this $70 game that was on sale for like $40, right? Still a good deal. I find this game on sale for $17. And I still had store credit at this store, which brought it down to $13. Boom. I I can't miss that one. I'm sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Something I want, something that costs $70 and I got it down to 13? Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get that. I was willing to spend 70. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get that. And that whole thing just built up the energy that I thought I didn't have, thought I needed a nap. Mm-mm. I just needed to do the thing. You usually get energy. Here's another thing, procrastination. You usually get the energy that you need or you think you need by actively doing what you want. You're tired, you're burnt out because you're not doing what you want, what's meaningful to you, what's purposeful to you, what's fulfilling to you. You're not doing what you want. You're busy. You're not productive. You're busy. You're not giving to yourself. You're not allowing yourself to be. You're not even thinking positive to yourself. If you're not allowing yourself, if you're not giving to yourself, then you're not loving yourself. So who are you, who are you using to judge you? Who is that inner voice? Is it yours? That's another discussion. I gotta make sure I write that one down. Who is that inner voice that's talking to you? I'm writing that one down. Well, who is it? Is it you? Because if you can't give to self, then you're not, and you can't allow yourself to be you, then you're not loving yourself. So, mm, come on, bro. I'm talking to me, man. I hope it resonates with y'all, but I'm talking to me. You mean to tell me that you can't play the game? All the work that you do? You think to tell me that you can't take an hour and just chill and do something that you love? As much work as you do, shouldn't you do what you love for you? Especially if it only takes an hour, that little bit of time. Hmm? You gotta go through all of this just to allow yourself. Alright. Like I said, I'm talking to me. I understand. I understand. So I had to go through that whole journey to plug the game up. And then after that, I set up the PlayStation, still procrastinating, right? I set up the and then I enjoyed family time. Me and my wife, we watch shows and eat dinner. By that time, I was dozing off. I was like, I'm actually tired now. But guess what? I said, no, let me turn this game on. Sure enough, I got enough energy to play the game. It was awesome. It was amazing. I should have done it on back Christmas. I got the game on Christmas. That's another thing with procrastination. You realize that you should have been done the thing, right? Once you actually do it, you're like, why didn't I do this sooner? And if you could remember that feeling, that should kill the procrastination towards anything else. Every time you actually do the thing, you realize how capable you are of doing it. You realize how simple it is to do it. And everything that was stopping you, you are your biggest obstacle. You was holding yourself back. It was you. It was your thinking. You know, you think of all of the scenarios that could happen. You think of all of the results that you can get versus focusing on the one that you want. And you get the result that you want or any result. And you realize that, you just got this one outcome and it's okay. You can go on from there. Whether you got it or not, it's not that bad. Like we add so much additional weight by just thinking about it. Just thinking about it is what's adding all of this additional weight. So get out of your own way, kill procrastination with this simple trick of immediate action. You'll never procrastinate again if you take immediate action on the things that you want, love, think of, and feel as though you need to do. Do it. Do it. Don't take too much time to ponder on it, think about it. You can analyze a result, but you get results from action. Action gets results. Don't sit and think too much. Go and do it, man. This your man Tresvon Pratt with AIM, always improving the man. We in the second week of January. I tell you, I'm filled up. I'm ready. And I'll see y'all tomorrow, man. Y'all got any topics that y'all want me to bring forth? Anything y'all want me to cover? Anything you might be struggling with? Anything you might need some assistance with? Some clarity on, some more info on, a different perspective? Holla at me. You can put it in the comments. You can DM me on social media. I'm everywhere, Instagram, Facebook, all that. Holla at me.